One of the most dangerous terms in English diction. Two words designed and strategically combined to form the biggest oxymoron in the history of mankind. Almost. But you see, as far as the world's concerned, you could live your life foul and almost get away with murder if you have a nice smile. You could almost meet folks just to almost sleep around and stop by your local clinic where you almost had a child. See, almost is no stranger to Satan. Here's proof. He only tells lies when they're almost the truth, and it's amazing. And in our incompleteness, we find complacence. But if almost is one of Lucifer's many traits, then we are inadvertently as good as Satan impersonations. But on the contrary, Christ did his job fully. And he proved he was God when he died on the cross, like it was his duty to pardon my iniquities that I committed rudely. He resurrected from the grave just to tell death to excuse me. But excuse me, this is your life, and that's something I can't impose on. But your body is God's home, which was a loan to get foreclosed on. See, an almost Christian looks right, but lives wrong. Can't stand the conviction in Romans, so they sit down to be comforted in Psalms. Never understood worship, but loves to sing songs like, I surrender almost. Because it's far too expensive to spend your life on something that doesn't appeal to your five senses. See, nowadays, Christianity is like jewelry. No functional use, but we just rock it because it's stylish. Not righteous, but right-ish. And now all God sees is a pile of Ishmaels when he intended for Isaacs. But we're moved by how we feel, so we're saved when we feel like it. So technically we've never really been saved, we've merely tried it. So no wonder why we're never sold out when we return it after we buy it. Now, even by earthly standards, it would be highly insane to start spending all of your money days before you almost get paid. Like, fellas, you wouldn't wear a cup that kept you almost safe. And ladies, would you really date a guy who claims he's almost straight? But this is the very thing about God that we all try to get around. But his standards are like between two mountains, no middle ground. So a halfway life is unprofitable to you. Because after all the Bible studies, prayer meetings, and everything that goes in between, God will say, I never knew you. And this is the very thing that had me. I was bound and held down by the unforgiving gravity of my spiritual reality. I was a Christian. Or at least I portrayed the fantasy. With a filthy personal life, but a God bless you, brother, how you doing, sister, personality. I was a male, enveloped by guilt because I was stamped a sinner. I said I was a male, enveloped by guilt because I was stamped a sinner. My message couldn't be received because I didn't represent the sender, and I was almost delivered. Till that one day when I absolutely, completely, and totally surrendered to a spirit so far above and beyond me, I can't even explain. Now I'm no longer bound by sin, point blank, off the chain. You can ask Umar Abdul Muttalib. He'll tell you the same. That you don't almost go to jail when you almost blow up a plane. Like you don't almost go to hell when you almost get saved. And despise the cross that he was slain and thus the cause for which he came. But don't worry, I'm almost done. But before I leave this stage, we've all worked in sin, and death was minimum wage. I said we've all worked in sin, and death was minimum wage. But if it wasn't for Christ, we would have almost got paid. Yeah.